Hey guys, welcome to the YM show. This is Yosef Manicherry. Today on the channel, I want to do a different style podcast on kind of why I built the YM show and why I'm doing this and why I think you should do it too and how it can benefit you. I wrote down over here 5 reasons and I'll go through 5 tips on kind of why I think it's important. If you're on the fence, you're thinking about doing this and you're like, hey, this is a lot of work. Like, should I even put in all this time? Who's going to listen to my show? Who am I? What am I? Etc. etc. So the first thing that was like beneficial for me was like it pushed me out of my comfort zone, because when you have a podcast, even when you have a tiny podcast like mine, you need to get guests, right? So you need to go out there, you need to put yourself out there, you need to reach out to people, whatever industry you're in, right? I'm happen to be in the real estate, business world, so I have a lot of real estate guys on, but I also have my own personal interests and passions on. So I'll have on competitive shooters, I'll have on martial artists, I'll have on rabbis or whatever it is, right? So you can kind of build it based on what you're interested in. So it's uncomfortable. You have to like go up to someone and be like, hey, like, do you want to come on my show? They're like, who are you? What are you? I'm like, oh, I have like a little channel with this many people on it. The fact that you're going out there and you're like, hey, like, can you come on my show? Like, I really want to have a conversation with you. And I think, it'd be impactful. People will learn from it. It takes some guts. Like maybe for some people, they're not embarrassed, but for me, it wasn't the easiest thing at first. And then now it's just become a lot easier. It's like someone tells you no and it's just, okay, you move on. So I think that's the first reason why I think it's beneficial for everyone, even if your show goes nowhere. The second thing that's really important is it builds your network, right? So whatever industry you're in, let's say, for example, I'm in the real estate space, right? So if you're going to start going and interviewing those type of people, more people are going to see you, more people are going to hear about you, more people are going to see your interview. Let's say you interviewed a really interesting person that, someone you don't know yet knows, and like, oh, wow, that's so cool. This person met with this guy and that guy I respect, and oh, who's this guy? So it can really open your doors, like whatever industry you're in, it can really open doors, and people can learn about you and what your interests are and be like, oh, this guy works in construction. Let's say you own a construction company. You start having on developers, you start having on whoever, and it can kind of put your company out there. Another thing, the third thing I think I have here is that you can essentially create leverage through your content, right? A lot of people go to real estate events and they'll go network and they'll meet people, and that takes a few hours. But instead you can go and do a conversation with someone and you just put it online. Even if you have a small podcast like this one, you could still get 200, 300, 400, 500 people watching it and learning about you and learning about what business you're in, right? So even if you don't need a massive channel, it's a big misconception. People think you need a massive following, you need to go viral. It's like, no, like someone who's going super viral doesn't necessarily make the money. It depends like what you're trying to do it for. And if someone's trying to do it for the money, this is not the right thing to do. Like, it costs money to produce these episodes. It takes time. And if someone's looking to do podcasts just to make money, people probably won't want to listen to them. They won't want to hear it because they're going to feel like you're just trying to do this for the money. And it's going to take away from it because it takes many, many years, I think, before people start monetizing channels. So I guess that's the third reason, right? Is leverage. The fourth thing is, I hate this word personal brand or platform, but in a way it does, because people know essentially what industry you're in. So let's say you're a contractor and you do talk about a lot of construction, you talk about real estate, people know you're a contractor now. So it builds, your quote unquote personal brand. People know you personally. They know, oh, this guy does construction. So next time they're thinking of doing a construction job, they might reach out to you, they might speak to you. So it could be a potential client. So that's like another reason I think where it could be like pretty powerful. Like, we don't even know, like someone could be out there watching you and be like, hey, I like the way this guy speaks. I like this guy. I feel like he's legit. And like, if I'm going to use a contractor, I might as well use this person, right? And my favorite reason, the fifth reason, is like, it's really just a cool way to have a good like meaningful conversation. Like, a lot of times nowadays we're always on our phones and everyone's just, you have a 5-minute conversation, you have a 2-minute conversation, we're always moving, we go to events and then we have the next guy. But like, when you're doing a podcast with someone, when you have a guest on, when you're talking about a specific topic, you have your headphones on, you're just face to face, your phones are off, and you're having just a really good conversation, and you can really go deep and you can speak to someone for an hour and a half, 2 hours without any distractions. No one's going to call you because your phone's on airplane mode. And it's just a really cool way to actually have deep, meaningful conversations with people and learn about them and actually spend time with them. Like, let's say these high value people you're chasing, whatever industry you're in, and they're like really successful, and you look up to them like, this guy is really big and he's really huge, and you want to tap into that. Like, if you're meeting them at a regular event, you're not going to get more than 5 minutes with them. You're not going to get more than 10 minutes with them, or on a busy work day. But if they're coming on your podcast, right, and they want your audience to learn, they want to help, you're going to be able to have that full hour with them and really gain a lot. You could also use it, like I said before, like if someone doesn't have a huge following, like, hey, I want a way to monetize this, right? Let's say someone's listening and they're like, oh, I can't afford to pay an editor $100 a video, or I can't afford $200 a video, whatever the cost is of their editor, or they don't have the time to do it, and they're like, hey, I want a way to monetize this, right? So another way someone can monetize it without being quote unquote monetized by YouTube, because that takes 1,000 subscribers and like 4,000 watch hours or something like that, and that could take a month for some people. It could take a year, it could take 2 years. You could do something like, hey, like I'll give a shameless plug. Okay, I made a concealed carry fanny pack. I'll put the link below. There's also a few hundred pieces I made in black, but this is just a regular fanny pack you can take to the gym, you take to the park or whatever you're doing. Carries all your items, has admin pouch in the front. It has here, you can put whatever you want, your wallet, keys, AirPods, extra magazine, whatever. And then it has a secret compartment in the back where you can have a firearm if you want, depending on where you're going, what you're doing. I just did essentially a shameless plug for my own product. So if someone's interested, I worked a while on those, you can go check those out. So that's like another reason, like, now you can kind of send people, if they want to support you, they choose to support you, they can go and then buy your products, right? So that's if someone's trying to sell a product. So the reason I'm doing this is because I want to learn more. I want to learn more about development. I want to learn more about real estate. I want to learn about other businesses. I would love to have even more people on the show and learn and continue to set aside time, let's say once a week, film an episode and get someone on. And it's also going to build my network. I mean, if you like this show and you're like, hey, this is interesting, if you want to see any specific guest, any specific topic, please leave a comment below, subscribe. It really helps. And be like, hey, I want to see this guest. Can you get this guy on? Can you try to manage to get this guy? And I'll do my best to try to hunt down those guys and get them on the podcast. So thank you guys for listening. Let me know what you like about the show, what you don't like about it. It's brand new. I'm going to try to keep it up. Show some love, drop a comment, drop a like, and see you guys on another episode. Have a great day. Thank you so much.